Bonjour.
Bonjour.
How is everybody in 321 FFA land? We thought we'd come to you. Oh, babies over here. Yep, more babies over there. The three part of the 321. Oh no, you can't. You're way too big to get up here, baby. I know.
So
it's
Tasha
okay.
is trying to climb
up on my lap, and
there
oh
she
yeah,
is.
so she, you can see she's bigger than me. No.
She has a big head.
You have to get down, sweetie. We have both been to the doctor in France now, and it has been quite the experience. So Amy had to go so she could get.
I needed to get refills on a couple of prescriptions.
And how'd that go?
It went great.
So,
I mean, it was easy for me to get an appointment. I called them up. I got an appointment.
First you went to the pharmacist, right?
Yeah.
So the pharmacist here they're kind of like, you would sort of think of a pharmacist here, kind of almost like a physician's assistant back home.
Not that much, okay.
Not quite, but they can do a lot of things.
They do.
They're very helpful.
People come in to ask questions, and they recommend stuff.
And you can't get. Naproxen is a prescription thing here. You don't get drugs at the grocery store. Everything comes from the pharmacy. So it's a little different environment. And the pharmacist here is they're very knowledgeable, and they're able to talk to you about like infections and things. And Tucker's being very, very cute over here. Tucky, our boy. So the pharmacists are very knowledgeable and very helpful, and you have longer arms. You should hold this.
All right.
And up and there you go. And so the pharmacists are very knowledgeable and very helpful, and they tell us lots of good things. Yep. And sometimes they can keep you from having to go to a doctor's appointment. But in this instance, she went in and they said, no, you have to get your prescriptions. You have to see the doctor, and then they'll re-prescribe you and then take it from there.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah. And so.
And then he suggested I get a blood test, which I did.
Yes. Yeah. And then a few days later, or a week later, I'd been struggling with an infection. I thought it was a UTI. It kind of kept coming and going. I was having a lot of pain and issues, and I'm not one for going to doctors, really. And so, it's so cute. Tucker's being again? Very cute. He's funny. Oh my God, he's being so cute. So we were, she had gone to pick up her prescriptions, and as we drove away, I asked her how long the pharmacy was open, and said that maybe we should go back. I was having a lot of pain, a lot of problems. So we went back, and with Amy's help, of course, we went in and we chatted up the...
we talked to the pharmacist there.
She described what was going on while I held my side and my back and looked...
pitiful.
Because I was in great pain.
In a lot of pain.
Yeah. And she said, I don't think you have a UTI. I think you have a kidney infection. You have to go see the doctor across the way. And it was a Friday afternoon, so that wasn't going to happen until Monday. And of course, if you've watched our furniture video, that was one of the days they were coming to pick up furniture, and they didn't. But we ended up having to cancel the Monday appointment and reset it for Wednesday. And I think that was the day they showed up and picked up furniture that they weren't supposed to pick up.
Yep.
But anyway, we both had the very similar, it's crooked, very similar experience at the doctor. Amy first and me soon after.
I can't.
And back it up. There, turn it this way so you can be in that's it. And so the experience is so much different from what you experience in the U.S. So you go to the doctor. It's a nice building. It's very understated. You can't hold it still. Let me take it.
Yeah.
Your arm's tired. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have this on a tripod. We're just kind of winging it today. So you go to the doctor. You go to this very understated building. You go into a little 8x8 room. There's a few chairs in there. Maybe somebody else might be in there waiting. And you sit down and you wait for, surprise, the doctor themselves to come and call your name. Go figure. There's not any middle person. There's not a check-in. There's not a bunch of paperwork to fill out. There's none of that.
There's
none of that at all.
Lines and lines of files and
Nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. The doctor simply comes in to the doorway, calls your name. Oh, come with me, and we follow the doctor off into another room, an appropriately sized, probably a 15 by 15 room. Where the doctor has her desk and her computer and an exam table and all of her little tools there. And you sit down at her desk with her. She asks a couple of questions. Now, mind you, we're both on private insurance right now. Amy's was $1,900 for the year.
Yeah.
Mine was $1,800, I think. And that's just, private health insurance. We can get on the state health insurance relatively soon here in the next couple of months, and we will probably do so. We probably will continue to carry private health insurance too for a little while, but private health insurance, a couple of grand for the year. And so we go in, we sit at her desk, she asks a couple of questions, very basic questions, name, birth date, age, do you have any underlying issues or regular health problems, and what are you here for today? And that's it. You answer those questions. She asks you to jump up on the exam table. For me, she wanted to examine my abdomen. I guess she didn't do that for you, but...
Well, I saw a different doctor, and all I was doing was getting prescriptions.
Yeah, but it's a similar process.
Yeah.
I jumped up on the table. She examined my abdomen, and she said, I think there might be an infection here. I don't think it's a kidney infection, though. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to write you these couple of prescriptions. One's for pain. Turns out it's Tylenol. That's about the strongest they'll do here. And then another antibiotic. That's a one-day antibiotic. And you will go across the way, just across the parking lot to the lab, and they will do a urinalysis. If the bacteria is there, then you'll go to the prescription, the pharmacy across the way. They're all right within a block. And you'll get the prescription, you'll take it. In a couple of days, if it hasn't helped, then we will attack it another way. Okay, great. So, but again, this was on a Friday. Oh no, Monday. Wednesday. So Wednesday, but the lab is only open from 8 to 12. So, and our appointment was at 12. So, the whole thing with the doctor took all of 10 minutes. At the end of it, she gave me my prescriptions right there at her desk and took a $30 payment in a little swipe thing right there at the desk. Nobody else was involved. We left. The next morning, we went back to the lab. We checked in, told them what we were there for. They gave us the little tools to do it with. And I went back to the bathroom, did it, and came out and put it my little bag in the little basket. We gave them $18, same thing, a little swipey card thing, and left. By Friday morning, the result was in my email. I did indeed have an infection. Neither Amy or I could quite understand all of what it was, even in English. So Amy took the results up to the pharmacist, and the pharmacist read it and says, "Yep, you've got multiple bacteria that aren't supposed to be there. Here's the antibiotic, and here's what's basically Tylenol. Take this home, and she'll be feeling better soon. And but she should take it at night because she can't pee for 5 hours after taking it." Okay, I wasn't wanting to pee anyway because it hurt. So, but I took the medicine that night. I woke up the next day feeling incredibly better, and I feel terrific now. So apparently it worked. And all of that, it was 15 minutes at the doctor, 10 minutes at the lab, 5 minutes at the pharmacy.
Yep.
So a total of half an hour. It cost less than $60, or right at $60. And
for everything.
For everything. And there was no insurance papers or nothing to fill out. And the only people that we saw were the doctor that treated me, the lab person who, did my lab stuff or handed me the stuff to do my lab stuff, and the pharmacist who gave us our drugs.
And they always, when you go in anywhere, that everybody asks if you have your couch vital, and we don't have it yet. But they ask everybody, and they pretty much assume that everybody does. If you don't, they'll give you the bill. How much you paid.
The facture.
The facture, yeah.
And you can claim it for taxes or whatever.
On your insurance, too.
Yeah. So you can get some of that back, perhaps, So, yeah. So it's really an incredible experience. It's nothing like what you might have been used to. Certainly nothing like what we experience in the States.
No.
It's so much
totally
simpler
different.
and so much easier and so much more personal. And, people will say, well, yeah, it's a small country, they can do it there, they can't do it anywhere else. But, this is a thing. This country is a small country. You can fit it in Texas twice. But the average salary here is about 35,000 euros. And that's, doctors make 35 to 40,000 euros. So, if you have a small country where people make considerably less sums than people in the U.S. make, and they're able to do it, then my question is, why can't the richest country in the world do it? It's because the 1% controls all the things with greed, and they don't control it with care for the people. And the way they do it here is definitely caring for the people. So
that's a lot more apparent here than it is in the United States.
So much more apparent. And we're ever so grateful. So very grateful for so many things. So, blessed be. Mm-hmm. And that's our experience with the French healthcare system.
Yeah, so far.
It was fabulous. Mm-hmm. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. A bientôt.
Au revoir.